Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good, everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. Today, I think we should be taking on regular old Apollyon, just because... I don't know who else to do. Anyways, hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing pretty okay, pretty solid, I guess you could say. I'll be real with y'all, nothing really much going on this fine and lovely weekend. You know, I'm more so just chilling, nice and lovely Sunday. I am gonna be honest with y'all, it is great. I'm feeling good. HP down has got me on the verge of suicide, so that's something. Yeah, it just is what it is, though. It just really is what it is at the end of the day. You know, hope y'all are doing well. Better than me at the moment, I guess you could say. Alright, I'm just kind of existing. I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm just kind of existing. Funny story, actually. Remember yesterday I was talking about, like, oh, maybe I'll, stream for the first time in a minute? I did. I decided, yeah, fuck it, why not? So I actually did decide to stream for the first time in a minute yesterday. I'm gonna be real, y'all, it's pretty solid. More so, though, if I'm gonna be real, it kind of just cemented the fact that I feel like I'm a little bit better suited for YouTube. Shout out my friends who had actually joined to watch me, but for the most part, it really kind of just felt like I'm a YouTube Andy, you know what I mean, man? I'm a YouTube Andy. Even if I did start on Twitch, I feel like YouTube is way more of my home than Twitch has been, or I think honestly like will low-key ever be. I just kind of got it on there, you know, or I just kind of got it on here. I feel way more in my zone when I be doing this shit on this app. I'm gonna be honest, on this app, on this site, on this hellhole. Can we fucking stop? What's good, bruh? Excuse my language. Excuse my rage, dare I say. I just don't know what the fuck was going on, bro. They were doing some bullshit. Here, you know what? I don't think it could get any worse, right? It can't be a bad trip, and it can no longer be a health down, so... I see my issue. Okay. Alright, anyways. That being said, you know, I'm just chilling. It was a good stream yesterday, but I like YouTube way more, personally. Hope y'all are doing good. I'm honestly chilling. I was doing some Lethal Company a little bit yesterday, and I'm gonna be real with you. When you got Lethal Company with a... If I'm gonna be honest, it was low-key kind of a lot of mods, but... I'm gonna be real. Usually, I'm not really too keen on a whole lot of mods in my video games like that. I like to keep the... Purity is definitely the wrong word, but I don't like my mods to essentially make my game a brand new ass game, you know what I mean, bro? There's a reason I wanted to play this thing, so I'm trying not to turn it into another thing, you know what I mean? It's like trying to play Roblox for your, like, video games or something. No. I understand. It's not trying to play Roblox. It's like trying to play Fortnite for anything that's not Battle Royale or Fortnite Festival. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, Fortnite is a Battle Royale game, and they recently added Guitar Hero into it. But I'm not playing Fortnite to go on, like, this crazy 1v1, not 1v1, but like, what is it? I know there's like a first person thing in Fortnite and some other shit like that. I'm like, it's not what I play Fortnite to do. I play Fortnite to be a third person battle royale with friends. You know what I mean? I am not playing to be out here going crazy mode on like some random Fortnite obby. I don't think they make obbies, but you know, Fortnite scary map or a fucking, what's it called? You know, and same goes for Minecraft, if I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I love Minecraft mods. I think they're cool. They can really make a game that, like, as goated as Minecraft, in my opinion. They can really make it way better, you know? And quality of life, I feel like, sometimes gets a bad rap for the sake of, oh, people be doing these quality of life mods to make the game just like way easy. Take out any challenge. And it kind of seems like that for some people a lot of the time. But I swear to you, when it comes to me in Minecraft, quality of life, I do enjoy it if it is something truly quality of life. You know what I mean? I personally don't like having a backpack or whatever in Minecraft. To me, all right? To me, personally. I think it lessens the experience for the whole inventory management kind of deal. And Minecraft already, like, inherently has a backpack system. It's just relegated to being like a post-game item. You know what I mean? Shulker boxes. Shulker boxes only can be made once you beat the Ender Dragon. And I like that. It gives the game a nice sort of progression sense feeling. But when you kind of mod out the quality of life stuff, or when you mod in all the quality of life stuff that like the game provides on its own a little bit later down the line, it kind of feels like we're losing a little bit of the system here, you know what I mean? Same goes for like a whole ass Minecraft map slash waypoint system. I'm gonna be real with you. It's kind of just like, I don't know, man. I don't like having sets of coordinates that I can just easily TP to, you know what I mean, bro? Or like, it feels, I know it's like literally something new or whatever, but it just feels like, nah, bro, like this ain't Minecraft to me, dog. At that point, what are we doing? You feel me? But yeah, we were playing Lethal Company, and it had a decent chunk of mods installed on it. I'm gonna be real with you. A little bit more than I usually like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I saw the number, and I deadass was kind of just like, we'll see. We'll see what happens, bro. You feel me? It was 93 mods. And all I gotta say is, I underestimated, I guess, how it would go. Because it was actually really fucking fun, I'm gonna be honest. It turned out to be actually an insanely fun time playing the Lethal Company with the mods. Now, that's not to say, oh, Tony, you love Lethal Company modded? No. I do if it's like something light, bro, but personally, I'm still not a fan of having 93 Lethal Company mods on the fucking game. You know what I mean, bro? Like that's a little too excessive, bro. What are we doing? Apparently, it was just a mod pack that we got just to like test the waters, but we're planning on doing some like remodeling, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and like concentrate the mods a little less. We're gonna take out all the like unnecessary mods or whatever, and just kind of leave in only, you know what I mean? You know, you feel me, man? Oh, I feel like I've had this discussion before, and I will say this shit again. You can't just always trim out the fat. You know what I mean, bro? In a video game, you can't just always trim out the fat and leave only the meat, dog. That's not how you like smoke a brisket or some shit like that, bro. You know, you gotta have a little bit of the bad. You gotta have a little bit of the nuisance to make that, so it can add into the flavor of the meat, and it truly brings like just it all together, bro. You know what I mean? And so I'm really hoping that we can, I hate my fucking life. Why did I walk forward? Excuse me for yelling. Why did I walk forward? I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to fucking do that, man. I wanted to simply grab the Spirit Heart, but my ass kept holding up, and I fucking killed myself damn near. What's the judgment? What's the fucking point, man? Yeah, whatever. So yeah, that was something, honestly. Wicked, I guess. Yeah, it was actually genuinely fun though. I found it to be very enjoyable. Although, you know, I still wish, one, we could trim off some of the mods. I feel like 90 mods is a bit excessive, like, and by a bit excessive, I mean, like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? You know what I mean? There's too much. 90 is too much of anything. Mods? Whatever the fuck else you want to say, 90 of it, bro, that's a lot. So, hoping to trim that down, make things be a bit more nice and concise and better. And also hoping, first time in a minute, to actually raid in Destiny 1. Had a bit of our raid members missing the past few days, so ain't been able to really lock it down. But today I'm hoping, today we can actually get a Destiny 1 raid in, perhaps, and, you know, fucking lock in, twin, dare I say. We'll be able to get a nice D1 VOG clear and everyone will be nice and happy. Or everyone will hate it. I don't know. Honestly, truly at the end of the day, I really don't know. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. We'll see what happens with D1 VOG. I'll keep you guys posted with that. But it's D1 VOG, you know what I mean? If for the uninitiated, it's the first ever raid introduced into Destiny. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, it's, I think, easily gotta be one of the more like bare bone raids, kind of, you know. There's no crazy ass mechanics that later Destiny raids kind of adopted / had. It's more so a lot of the mechanics are just kill things or do this simple thing right, you know what I mean? Kill the oracles, or if you don't kill the oracles, you'll get marked for negation. If you are marked for negation, simply step into the middle to clear that debuff. You know, that's literally how it is. It's like low-key kind of baby mode type shit. No, it's not hard at all. And I'm hoping we can get it done pretty quick. The only issue that I could see being brought up, I think I brought it up before, is just DPS wise and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's the first time we're ever doing a raid and we're not high enough level, or we are high enough level, but like that doesn't necessarily mean we have good gear, so we're gonna be kind of raw dogging it, bro. You feel me? We're gonna have to be raw dogging some of the shit, man, you know. We're gonna have to make do with random green or blue rocket launchers for DPS and whatnot. We'll see what happens, you know. I'll keep y'all posted. But yeah, for the most part, I'm looking forward to it if possible, and we'll see what's good, you know. Speaking of what's good, guys, I don't know what I'm about to say here. We should just start betting, you know what I mean? We should just start betting money on like anything, bro. Can you guys, honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all, maybe I'm just not a degenerate gambler enough, you know what I mean? I just don't have that bone in my body. I just missed it or whatever. But it's crazy to me that there is a legitimate app or a legitimate site out there that sole purpose, its sole existence is betting on just insane shit to happen. You might think, Tony, what the hell are you talking about? I forget the name of the exact website, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. All right, I have been getting ads for this fucking website. Unfortunately, I hate gambling ads. I hate gambling as a fucking whole. I think it's stupid and dumb, you know? You can quote me on that shit too. It just sucks. I think gambling just fucking sucks, dude. I would much rather, and you're gonna hear me say this shit and you're gonna be like, Tony, you're such a fucking lame-o. I would legitimately much rather either A, put my money in a bank with like a high interest compounded monthly or whatever, or fucking like treasury bills, you know what I mean, bro? But I am not going to risk my money potentially being lost because I wanted to, you know, fuck around and gamble on something, bro. You feel me? It's just not for me. Which, I'm gonna be real with you, I guess you could say, Tony, that is fantasy football. And I'm gonna be real with you, all right? I'm mad as hell at that right now too. Fantasy football, it's not like, oh, fantasy football is gonna not be catching any strays here. Yes the fuck it will. Fantasy football has been catching all of these strays from me recently because I don't know what's good, bro, but for some reason I feel like, one, everybody I picked has been either A, doing ass, and it might just be me, you know what I mean? Tony, you're just making ass picks. Either everyone I picked is doing ass, or B, everyone that is doing even remotely solid, 2 seconds later, ooh, injury reserve, bro. They're done. You know? It's, or better yet, just bad game. Unironically, bro, you might be thinking, Tony, what are you complaining about here on this one? I had I like last week, 2 weeks ago, 50-50 chance, all right? It was like a 50% chance that I won. After Thursday, I checked, still 50-50. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Sunday morning, I decide to stay in bed, wake up a little late. I come downstairs, my dad's asking me like, oh, hey, Tony, who do you got playing today? I'm like, oh, let me check. I go and look, and I see win percent, like chance, the probability. That shit was like 70-30. And I'm like, oh, it's over, isn't it? You know what I mean, bro? I'm like, it's over. I lost. I genuinely lost. I couldn't do anything either. That's the crazy part. I just kind of had to suck it up and take that L. And you might be thinking, Tony, it was a 70% chance you still could have won. No, you don't get it. You don't understand it, man. All right, in fantasy, if you are not like at your projected odds, if you are not projected like above a 60%, bro, to win, if you're in like the 30s or 40% chance to win, you might be thinking, Tony, you win 1 out of 4 times. You know what I mean? Nope, I'm done. You feel me? At that point, take me out back and shoot me in the head, bro. Cause I'm done, obviously. This was not meant to work. I was meant to suffer a life of pain. That's all I'm hearing, essentially. Now, granted, you could just be thinking, Tony, you're just doomer posting like a motherfucker, you know. Maybe I really am just doomer posting because any player I pull seems to either A, get injured, or B, just be ass. You know what I mean, bro? I don't know where the ESPN fantasy app managed to pull these projected points out of thin air for oh my god, dude, what is his name? He is the quarterback for Geno Smith. I do not know where ESPN like fantasy app had decided to pull out these random projected numbers for Geno Smith, but he is not doing those numbers, bro. Projected like, oh, you know, 16 points, actual points he gets in game, -0.4. What do we know? How do you even do that? You know? No, that's not, it wasn't him. It wasn't Geno Smith, but Geno Smith, you gotta, you know, like, I now understand. I'm gonna be so real with you. Before, in the olden times, I never used to understand, why do people hate on quarterbacks so much? Or why do people hate certain players so much? I now understand why. It's because they had on riding on the line for their fantasy, and they did bad. And once you do bad once in Final Fantasy, in my mind, that's like, all right, potentially a fluke. It's okay. You'll get them next time. Once you do bad twice, all right, things are looking a little grim. You know what? I'm kind of low-key starting to regret this decision. But hey, there's always next week. You'll turn it around. 3 weeks. If for a grand total, doesn't even have to be consecutive, just a grand total of 3 weeks fantasy football, your player is doing ass, bro, doing cheeks, I now understand why you're like, get this man off my roster immediately. He should be sentenced to the electric chair. I get it now. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I understand it now. I get it. It's not a hatred born out of nothing. It's a hatred born out of disappointment for your player. I understand now. It's something. You know what I mean? And you might be thinking, you know, if I'm gonna be honest with you, fantasy football to me more so kind of just felt like a $50 buy-in with me and family, you know, me and family members. It won't be too crazy. It's not like I'm mad at them for beating me. I'm mad at myself for losing all the time. That's what it is. And so that's kind of where it ends up being, where it's like, how are we depths 2 already? Oh, I gotta go. I just realized I was trying to make, what's it called? So I had to do this. I'm trying to make boss rush for this guy. Let's go Polaroid because I like that way more. To see long legs and bombs, let's just take there's a wicked damage out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm messing with that. But I'm gonna be so real with you, okay, bro? I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a complete buck with y'all. I'm not upset at family members. It's kind of like it's genuinely, legitimately all chance, all right? It's gambling. And that is why I hate it so much. I don't know what it is. It's the fact that it's something that I genuinely have no bearing on. You know what I mean? No decision I make will be the, you know, 100% total correct decision, because a player could get injured. A player could just be ass one day. You know, they could have a bad game. You feel me? And if that happens at the wrong time, you just end up losing, and it feels horrible, bro. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. My first ever like season of fantasy football 2-3 years ago, I feel like it was a fluke. I managed to pull through and do decent. It was 1000% a fluke. It had to be, because this season I am doing ass, bro. I'm about to pull out in this league, in this fantasy league, last place, bro. I will be the bottom of the barrel, last place in this fantasy league. And there's nothing I can really do about it other than just accept that. You know what I mean, bro? It's demonic. It's horrible. Makes me feel ill. Sick to my stomach, bro. What the fuck was that? It be making me feel sick to my stomach, bro. You know what I mean? I feel genuinely sick to my stomach watching one of my players go out there and just pull out not 0 points, but you know, pull out garbage numbers, man. It genuinely disappoints me. And not only that, you know, it just, I feel like I ain't been able to actually see a full solid game of the Niners, because everybody's hurt, man. You know what I mean? Everybody is hurt. And so it's like the dream team roster ain't really able to be filled out 100%. You know what I mean? It's low-key been kind of sucky. It sucks, man. All right, it hurts my heart. It breaks my heart to hear. It breaks my heart to see, as a Niners fan. And the fantasy, I'm gonna be real with you, the fantasy ain't necessarily helping either. Okay, the fantasy, if anything, is only making things worse. I hate it. But yeah, bro, I genuinely, like, I just don't understand gambling. And I don't want to say I don't understand it in the way where it's like, oh, how could you not see the, what's it called? How could you not see the potential in gambling? And I'm gonna be real with you. As someone who has, you know, gambled the odds in video games and whatnot, you know what I mean? I've been doing that a whole lot recently. But just like, I didn't even mean to pop that. That sucks. But you know, losing in a video game versus losing, you can't do that, man. He pops up out of nowhere and hits. Like, that's not legally allowed, right? No tell, just straight ass monster. It sucks. You feel me? It sucks, one, to lose something in a game, but at least in that game you can kind of think to yourself, I didn't really lose anything of real monetary value though. You know what I mean? I just lost some like rank in a game or some elo, regardless, something like that. If you're playing an extraction shooter, I just lost some loot that I had picked up. But it's not like you had lost some real tangible thing like money, you know? Something like money makes the world go round. What keeps you paying your bills and shit? You didn't lose that, you just lost some clout or whatever, if anything, some loot. But something, you know, that's not that bad. But the moment you start making that loss tangible and real, the moment you start playing with my money, that's when I'm like, all right, we're done. You know what I mean? We're done here. This cannot continue any further. Because that was just bad. That was just horrible gameplay. What the hell was that, Tony? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The moment that you lose real money, that's when I'm like, all right, we're done playing games here. And I say that because it's like it feels awful, bro. It feels bad, you know what I mean? It's just like, man, this just genuinely sucks. But two, like, I am financially horror now that this happened. And once again, I kind of see the appeal to some degree in being like, yeah, but Tony, you could make it all back. You could make back more than you ever put in. That's the appeal of gambling, is playing the odds to potentially make life-changing amounts of money off of literally chance. And I can kind of understand that, you know what I mean? You could go to a casino, come back, end up $30,000 richer, but you came into the casino with what, 200 bucks in your pocket, you know what I mean? You made how much did I say, 30 bands? You made like a $29,800 like gain, bro. You feel me? That's money you never would have seen before had you not taken the chance. Now, this is not to encourage gambling. I feel the need to exclaim this. This is not to have someone then be like, man, this Tony guy's low-key making sense, I should go gamble. No, because, you know, you could also, that could have been your last $200 that you needed to like fucking buy medicine or something, or you know what I mean, buy food to exist. And you know, because you had the idea of, I could potentially make life-changing money, you know what I mean? Or better yet, let's not make it that scenario. Let's make it, hey, I have around $200 of disposable income to spend. I decided to spend it, I lost it all. Oh well, is what it is. Next, you know, 2 weeks later, rolls around. Hey, I have an extra $200 of disposable income. I decided to use it, lost it. Oh well, is what it is. It was disposable. Another $200 of disposable income. Another $200. Over the course of like a month, bro, that was like, how much did I say, every 2 weeks? That's like 400 bucks. That's 400 bucks an extra a month that you could have had for yourself or for something low-key real, but instead you decided to make a nice financial donation to the MGM casino, you know what I mean? Or even worse, you know? You have the bright idea of, no, I got this, bro. I'm about to make my bands back. And you decide to put even more, you know? You save up even more. Then you lose it all. It just, nah, bruh. I can't co-sign that. You feel me, bro? I'm sorry. I know you could be Tony, you're stupid, Tony this, Tony that. I'm sorry, I just don't see the appeal. You feel me, brother? I just don't. And I'm being 100% dead ass too. I just don't see it. Go in, go in, go in, go in. I just do not see why someone would throw away so much money that could have been either A, saved up and used later for something better, or even if you did, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, even if you decided, instead of spending this extra $200 on gambling, I'm gonna spend this on a hobby I enjoy, like, you know, I'll buy more games for me to play, or I'll buy more, what's it called, you know, like more tools for me to use in this, or I'll save it up to you know, buy this part I need for a PC or a car I'm repairing, you know, stuff like that. It'd be way better spending that much money on your hobby than throwing it all away on like a bet that you were probably never gonna fucking win. Let's be real here. You feel me, man? It's just, that's the part I don't understand about gambling, okay? Potentially making millions, potentially making thousands, potentially making hundreds. I understand the appeal in becoming overnight or just slowly over time, amassing a fortune of wealth due to literally random chance and what most people will probably see themselves as, no, I was gaming the system, or no, I got the method. But at the end of the day, 99% of it was just random chance that it just so happened to go well for you that way, you know what I mean? But it's the thought of potentially losing so much, you know? It's not the wins that I don't understand in gambling, it's the losses. That is what keeps me away. And it's just like, bruh, you know what I mean? It's so crazy. You know what's even crazier? Has this always been a thing? You know what I mean? I don't know if this has always been a thing, but I find it low-key crazy that you can like put multiple bets on a parlay. You know what I mean, bro? Or Tony, multiple bets is a parlay, whatever. I just find it insane, low-key ridiculous that you can just kind of be like, you know what, man? Not only do I want to make a bet that, let's say, let's see. Not only will I make a bet that LeBron will score 30 points in today's game, but let's also make a bet that the entire, you know, the Lakers themselves, I don't know, I forget what team he's on. I'm pretty sure it's the Lakers, don't correct me if I'm wrong. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't be a dick about it. Because I don't watch basketball. It's not news, I don't be watching basketball like that. I'm a football guy, way more. But, you know, NBA is, I feel like, where all the bets are made, you know? Not only do I want to see LeBron make this many points or whatever, can he make 20 points in this game, but also have the Lakers win by 15. You know, have them win by 15 because you're giving them points or whatever. And then you decide, not only that, a different game, on a different game, you're like Wizards versus freaking Celtics or whatever. Tony, that would never happen, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing up random situations here, okay? Wizards versus Celtics game goes over 152 points. And it's like, whoa, what are we doing, man? Why am I allowed to be able to bet on so many random ass probability things happening to potentially, oh, but yeah, but we're giving you even more money if you win. because it's a lower likelihood of that happening. Then wouldn't it be worse? You feel me? I just feel like that's throwing your money directly into a furnace, bro, and lighting it up. It's always like, dude, you know what, man? I've been always doing like these 6-leg parlays, and it's always the last one that kills me. You know what I gotta start doing? I gotta start doing 5-way parlays. No, that's not the method. That's not the decision. That's not what we should be taking from this. We should be taking, wow, I'm losing a lot of money. What's up with that? Oh, it's because I'm making these horrible bets that have 0 to none, you know, little to no likelihood of potentially ever happening. Yeah, I should probably stop doing that. I don't know, bro. Now, granted, Tony, how are you doing financially? And then in that point, I'll be like, all right, bro, you got me. You feel me? I don't think I'm out here making God's greatest financial decisions. You know, I don't got a Robin Hood account or something like that. I'm not out here investing in the stock market. I just spend my money on things I like and I save it otherwise. You feel me? But I can at least guarantee you the fact that I am saving it otherwise is doing way better than what other people are doing. You feel me? And by that, I 1000% mean it. I'm not even joking. The fact that I would be spending the money on gambling instead of saving it is like the worst decision I can make there. Just not spending it as a whole is 10 times better. All this to say, I think we should, instead of betting on sports games and whatnot, you know, we should start betting on things like the election. Don't you guys think? Anyways, want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time you're viewing this. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.